So now in this session, we are going to show a little bit about how Silat can fight against knife.
First thing is learning how to parry a knife, okay? So, Brother Omar, if he comes in to attack me, a lot of people, they do this or they scoop like this to block a knife, okay? So you come this angle, you know, they'll do this, you come this angle, they scoop here and they'll do this. Where the Silat differs is we don't try to keep that connection there and we don't try to keep in so close. And the Silat is actually the don't touch me system, especially the battlefield variety. You don't want to stay in contact with one opponent for too long. So if he comes, we want to do this. So he comes, you know, we want to just move out the way and we want to parry his hand out the way. When it comes to knife, there's we parry, second, we parry and we grab. You know, we grab. There's grabbing involved in the knife, okay? So if he comes in, you know, we can do this and this type of technique here. It's all based on, if it comes in, you know, we can do this and this type of technique here. Because in a real knife fighting situation, it's not like, if you give me the knife, it's not like what they show in the movies or this and that, where they got the knife out like this and they do this, this, this and this. So normally they hide the knife, then all of a sudden they come in like this. So that if he hides the knife and comes in, you know, I need to get out of the way of the blade. Now if he comes in, I need to get out of the way of the blade and be in a position to be able to hit him. Now if he comes this way, I should be sufficiently out of the way of the blade. So if he comes in to swipe, I should be out the way here. So if he comes, so this is based on what I want, here and here. You know, here we don't use strength. Yeah, we use light motion because if someone throws something at you, or a bee or a wasp comes buzzing near you, you're never going to block the bee and the wasp out like this. Or someone throws a stone at you, you're never going to do this. What you'll do is this type of motion, which is natural. So that's what we try to do. He comes in and I just, whoa, and I get out the way. Two concepts of knife fighting, as well as in the Silat, in the Kuntao, descending. One principle is called Gerak Mati, the other one is called Gerak Makan. So Gerak Mati means to kill a movement, and Gerak Makan means to eat a movement. So if he comes in, this is we calling killing a movement. So what I did, as he come in, I stopped his movement from fruition. I stopped it at his source. And then when I stopped, I jam it at source, I tried to shock him, distract him. Then if he blocks even this, you know, my legs can come into play, my elbows can come into, other things can come into play, you know, to get the job and defend myself, okay? So it's not a system where he comes in and he does one technique and we just do multitude of, you know, movements against him and he just stays there. So the principle can be if he stabs and he brings the knife back, so if he brings, we have to learn how to follow. You see, we have to learn how to jam. But not always do we come in like that, because we come in here. It's to always keep ourselves safe. We don't want to do this. It gives him more chance to manipulate my body. From here, there's less chance of manipulating my body, you know? So it's based on the don't touch me philosophy, yeah? So he comes in, don't touch me, and I keep it away. If I can't keep it away, I grab it, and I keep him away. You know, this is what I do. Third philosophy is, if I can grab it, I can knock the knife out of his hand, or I can stick it back into him, okay? But normally, if he comes in for a stab and I do that, he'll punch with this one or this, I have to be able to react spontaneously and with the correct angle. So the first angle, if he does that and he comes in with the punch here, I can just move back to my original Garuda position. Pasam. So from here, even if he tries to kick, he can't kick, he can't do anything, yeah? So you have to have a tight grip as well. And if he tries to stab me, yeah? I have to be able to direct stab again. I have to stab. I have to be able to make sure that he can't come in by redirecting his force at the source here. So he comes here, I'd redirect it. Doesn't matter how hard. Okay, so he comes in again, I move or an attack, I can take him into a lock here, you know, but not everyone is just going to go like this. They're going to pull it back again. So if he goes and he tries to pull it back, then I strike. There's a strike, there's punching, there's elbowing, there's all sorts of things that come into there, okay? Another thing is, if it comes to strike, I move this way, then I've got this open. Not necessarily I have to focus just on the blade. So if he comes in again, I move out the way here, you know, to get to his blind spot, always to his blind spot. Either I move to his blind spot and stay here and I do a technique, you know, to defend myself, according to the Garuda, or I flank. I make sure the blade is away from me. Okay, so that's one principle of how to parry the knife. Now, knife versus knife. Normally, Silat man hides his knife like this, you see? So if he came in to strike, all this is all the Garuda, you see? So he comes in, you know, I do this, you know, straight away takes, and then we can stab. Another thing, we normally keep a badik here, a badik weapon. So the badik weapon is this. It's a favourite weapon of the Bugis. It's called the kawali as well. So this is normally kept here where I kept the blade. So, and we normally in this position, someone comes to attack, we parry and we stab. It's really a thrusting stabbing weapon, even though you can slash from it. The reason why we don't want to slash as much on the battlefield, people have armour and so forth. So a lot of our stabbing goes through the places where there's no armour in the body, near the ribs, armpits, near the neck and so forth like this. So, our silat and knife fighting is very much a parry and hit knife fighting system. So it means that if he comes in, and do that, this is what we do. So if he comes in again, to come in, here, strike here. Right, so, strike here. This is how we move, we do our technique. We want to do one, so then we can move off to fight others. Okay, so it's not about if he comes in, scooping, doing this and coming like that, yeah? It's always, if he comes in, you know, here, to this angle, to straight in, stab. If he comes to slice me here, he can't because of the distance, you know? So this is bar one kind of knife fighting. So he comes in, you know, I cut this, and I can cut here. He comes in with the other hand, you know, cut this, and controlling him. Okay, bar two, if it comes in, it's here. It's always directing into here. So if I stab this, I've got this. He straight away goes for his jugular, his neck, you know, these points. Okay, but primarily we don't just use the knife to attack with. So if he comes in, I use my hands as well, my other limbs to attack him at the same time as attacking him with my blade. You know, he may go for this, but we control his body. You know, so it's about control. It's about awareness. Some of our knife fighting drills are simple like this. I have the knife. You parry it like this, I stab, then he comes to hit, and I stab, you see, like this, then I take, stabs, then he comes in, stab, 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 stab. You know, just getting used to this stabbing motion. It's very basic, but you get used to returning fire. So he comes stab, I stab, like that, and he has to become fast enough to block that counter attack of mine, and then fire back. So if he comes in, and I do that, yeah, so be in range, parry, and then strike back. So, yeah, be in range, cut straight, yeah, that's it. So we try and build up these reflexes, and then we try to move around with it. And we try to build up the intensity, the pressure. So if he comes in, you know, I'll build it, yes, like that. So he learns how to move out the way. See, already he's doing bois one. Now he comes into me, I'm already doing bois one. See, he's doing bois one. Yeah? So this is how it works. He comes in, straight away, up straight away, parry, come in, come, yeah, and we, you understand? So it's based on a parry and thrust rather than the scoop, slicing and thrust.
So I just have a look, you know, the demonstration you did. So basically, the technique actually is pretty simple. You just have to stop.
Yes.
Yeah, and sometimes you're gonna slash, but mainly just stop. You
stab, yeah.
Parry and then stop.
Stab.
Parry and then stop.
Stab, yeah.
This, I think, this is the most effective way to fight.
Absolutely, it's very basic. Yeah.
But if the angle is the tricky bit.
That's
really.
right. So with the way I teach knife fighting, it's not really technical. It's not based on techniques.
Based on the concept.
Yeah, it's based on the concept and awareness.
I see.
Really,
So
the person's
I think
intention.
this is a good session today. Like you can see how Silat able to use the knife to against knife, and also how to use empty hand against knife. I think all those techniques is really practical and very easy to use. It's not like complicated, really straightforward. Yeah. So thank you very much.
Thank you, bro, very much, Sifu Leo.
Thanks for.
We're very honoured for you to come down.
Thank you spending time with us and share your knowledge with us.
Thank you.